Sometimes love can come in the form of a dog or even a snake, or it can even be someone 95 years older than you. The point is, you never know when and who Cupid's arrow is going to strike. In today's video, we'll be talking about 15 of the most unusual couples who prove that love is indeed blind. Love in a rice cooker. Love comes in different forms, and for one Indonesian man, oirul Anam, it came in the form of a rice cooker. Not too bad of a choice considering that most of us want a spouse who can cook. Their love story started back in 2021 when Anam first bought the rice cooker, and before everyone knew it, Anam was signing marriage papers and the rice cooker was wearing a bridal shawl. However, the marriage lasted for a good 4 days before Anam decided he wanted something other than rice in his life. We'd argue that his next best choice wasn't any better considering she couldn't make rice. But that's not the only thing a life-size mannequin can't do. Breathing still remains at number 1. Love in every size. Grand P and Adoxy Yao may not be your average social media power couple, but that doesn't make their love any less real. Grand P is a Ghanaian rapper and a business tycoon, while his bae is Adoxy Yao is a social media influencer and musician. Grand P suffers from progeria, a disease that results in stunted growth and rapid aging. So he may look like a 12-year-old at 4 feet and 3 inches, but in reality, he's 30 years in age. Still, Adoxy found the love of her life in Grand P, and she's ready to fight off any critics. A love story between fangs. Meet Logan and Daily South, the king and queen of the vampire court of Austin, Texas. Apparently, the group believes that they're real-life vampires born with the vampire gene. They've got their set of laws and traditions and are presided over by Logan and Daly. But don't worry, they aren't out digging their fangs into unsuspecting victims. They feed only from willing volunteers, so there's no need to bring out the stakes. It's just 2 lovebirds and their vampire subjects. Twins squared. Most identical twins are tied at the hip. However, no one can be closer than the Virginian twins Brittany and Brianna Dean. These two have spent most of their lives trying to look as close to one another as possible. Not only did they graduate together, but they are also wearing matching outfits every day. And if that doesn't sound creepy, the sisters got the same boyfriends as well. The pair ran into their husbands at the 2017 Twins Day Festival in Twinsburg, Ohio. At the biggest gathering of twins all over the world, a particular set of twins caught Brittany's eyes. Eventually, the girls talked, and it wasn't long before Josh and Jeremy Sailors were interested in pursuing something more with the girls. In the end, Brittany ended up with Josh and Brianna with Jeremy. And to make matters interesting, they got married at the festival, the place where they first crossed paths. Parposal. You know how they say dogs can be your best friends? Well, sometimes they can be even more. Model Elizabeth Hold may not have found a human partner after 4 failed engagements and 221 horrible dates, but she found the love of her life in her pet canine. She must have felt a really strong connection with the pup because the 49-year-old didn't hesitate to tie the knot with Logan Humphrey, a golden retriever she adopted in 2018. The marriage is not legally recognized, but for these 2 lovebirds, the details don't matter. A slivering affair. Dogs are not the only animals that people find worthy of love. Snakes make for great life partners as well, at least for 27-year-old Sandeep Patel from India. In 2015, Sandeep knew for sure that a cobra was the love of his life. Sandeep believed that he was a mythical shape-shifting snake in his previous life, otherwise known as the Ichad Harinag. He said that he would go deep into a trance and shape-shift into a snake to go spend time with his reptile half. However, before the couple could tie the knot, the wedding ceremony was broken up by the police. An alien life form. Even though Hannah Rose from Dalton and Stephen Raj from Bhaskaran look like they're from a different planet, there's no need to call NASA on them. These two are in fact fashion designers who crossed paths at their design school in Montreal back in 2014. Both of them felt oppressed by society's views of fashion and self-expression. Their shared feelings brought them close to one another, and soon they had their own alternative clothing line in 2016. Interestingly, it was called Fecal Matter. It's like these two were destined to be together. An unlikely threesome. Anna and Lucy Desenke call themselves the world's most identical twins. They not only dress together and eat the same food, but they've also spent 150,000 Australian dollars on similar treatment and surgeries. You probably think that they are married to identical sets of twins like our previous contenders, but that's not the case. Instead of dating separate partners, these two in fact sleep with the same man, Ben. Objectum sexual. You may get attached to your stuffed toy and refuse to throw it out even when you're well into your adult years. But Amanda Liberty from Leeds in the UK takes things to a whole new level. She identifies as objectum sexual, and it means exactly what you think it means. She first became aware of her unique sexuality when she was just 13. Ever since then, she's fallen in love with her drum kit, chandeliers, and even the Statue of Liberty. A ghostly love story. While most of us don't like being ghosted, it seems like Amanda Large Teague from Belfast, Ireland has no such issues. She fell in love with a ghost after all. It all started back in 2014. She was meditating at home when she noticed a presence. At first, she asked the spirit to leave, but soon she was drawn into conversation and found out that her friend from the other world was a 300-year-old Haitian pirate called Jack Teague. Eventually, the pair found themselves on a boat in the Atlantic Ocean in 2016, taking their vows. A foursome. Some people have so much love in their hearts that they can't help but share. Joe Darger from Utah is one such man who's tied the knot, not with one, but with 3 women. But that's not even the wildest part. Surprisingly, all 3 of Joe's wives are related. 2 of them, Vicky and Valerie, are twins, while Alina is their cousin. Age is just a number. We've heard that one too many times, but if it's true for anyone, it's 112-year-old Ahmed Mohamed Dor and 17-year-old Safia Abdullah. These two tied the knot back in 2009 in Guruseel, Somalia, despite the age gap. However, this isn't the first time Mohammed was married. He's had 114 children and grandchildren over the years. Someone's clearly been keeping busy. All dolled up. Shi Tianrong from Hong Kong might just have the perfect relationship. The 37-year-old lives with his parents and is married to a life-size silicone doll named Moki. The two play games and go on expensive dates. Moki even gets pedicures and expensive gifts from Shi. Shi started getting feelings for dolls when he spotted one for the first time in 2011, and it's been history ever since. What's age difference? Here's another couple who defies age gaps. Meet Kyle Jones and Marjorie McCool. Kyle is from Pittsburgh and is apparently in love with 91-year-old Marjorie. That's a 60 years age difference. They were featured in a documentary called Extreme Love back in 2014, where the two went into detail about their 5-year-old relationship. Surprisingly, this isn't the first time Kyle has dated someone who's decades older than him. An affair with death. Next up, we have 28-year-old Thai man who married a dead woman. Chattel Defi and his fiancée were due for a wedding, but fate had other things planned as a 29-year-old Serena Kumsuk passed away in a road accident before her big day. The pair had been dating for 10 years before they decided to make it official. However, Defi didn't let the tragedy foil his wedding plans. He wanted to bury Serena as his wife, and so he did. Alright, which of these love stories touched your heart the most? Do you have any of yours to share? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video as well. Subscribe to TRENDJOINT, and we'll see you in the next one.